You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he's expecting to wake up.
With your feet in the air and your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it, yeah. Your head will collapse, but there's nothing in it. Then you'll ask yourself, where's my mind? Where's my
Now, the biggest
mind?
realization I had when I came to learn how to meditate was that the only thing that is real is what's happening right now. The past isn't real, neither is the future. They're just figments of your imagination. Then I started learning that I was never happy when I was trying to live here, because you're always worrying about what happened, and you're second guessing everything that you've ever done. And you can't change the past no matter how much you think about it. The same is true for the future. I would worry a lot about what would happen, what's going to happen, how can I predict it, how can I change it, how can I affect it. And then I realized I can never affect the future. So I was always super sad and bummed out and anxious and worried. And I realized I was always happy when I was in the now, because it's all that's real. What are you talking about, Shawn? The past and the future is real. Well, unless you have a time machine, but time machines don't exist yet. And if you read a lot about quantum mechanics, they possibly could, but that's a whole different discussion. Until that happens, we're going to pretend that time machines aren't real. How do I always stay with what is real? How can I stay here all the time and not worry about those things? Mindfulness and meditation, I kind of discovered that while I was trying to find that answer. But I kind of found that if you have an anchor to the now, then you can live there all the time. Today's challenge is taking 3 breaths. Whenever you start to feel your brain going into the past or into the future, take 3 breaths. And that's like your anchor to the present moment, because you're always breathing. You're always taking breaths. You're just never aware of it. By bringing active awareness to those breaths, it anchors you back into the present moment, where life is always happening. I apologize again for the crappy video and audio. Camera's still at Canon. I haven't heard anything back yet, so I'm filming everything on my phone. But let's get back to this video. This whole thing right there, that blew my mind the first time I kind of stumbled across this. My journey for the last 3 years, since 2012, is to find a way how to live in the now more, because that's all that's real. The past doesn't exist, it's gone, it's over, you can't manipulate or change it. The future doesn't exist yet, and you can't manipulate or change it either. All you ever have power over is right now. So if you ruminate on something in the past or try and predict something in the future, you're missing out on what's happening right now. And that's how I stumbled upon meditation and mindfulness, was to try and figure out how to stay in the now. And then you start to see that it's not things or people or events that are keeping you from living in the now, it's your own mind. When I first started meditating, I couldn't do it. It was running away in the past or the future, no matter how still I was. The quieter I got, the crazier it got. And the name of this book is How to Train a Wild Elephant, with the idea that if you try and stop and hold a wild elephant, it's going to resist and go crazy. That's what your brain does. When you try and make it be quiet, it turns into that 2-year-old child who's constantly trying to get away and get attention. And meditation is a practice to work with that child, I guess you could call it, or elephant, whatever analogy you like more. And it's super natural for your brain to do that, but most people say, I can't meditate, I can't do this because... The beginning of mindfulness and meditation is just being aware that that is happening. And by being aware, that's where you can start putting steps into place to make changes. And this goes off to all sorts of other stuff, like why does your brain start doing this? Why does it start chattering and talking? And would it be talking in a different language if you spoke different language? Do babies have this same mental chatter if they don't have a language yet? Like, is that ever going on? Or are they just experiencing life the way it comes, the way we're trying to get back to? Which is weird that we're all just trying to get back to being kids. Or that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe that's why Carrie thinks I act like an infant all the time. So the big goal for me with these mindfulness vlogs is to just bring awareness to the stuff that's going on, and maybe it'll help you get out of your head a little bit, because life doesn't happen in your head. Or you could argue only life happens in your... That's a whole nother quantum mechanics physics thing. But I've found that I am much happier when I'm experiencing life as it comes versus trying to create a life that I already had in my head. I hope that makes some sense. I hope this helped you a little bit. That's kind of the goal of these videos. They're not... I'm just trying to bring you on the journey with me because I'm on it either way. And maybe it's been helping me out a bunch and I hope it helps you too. Yeah, until tomorrow, life's meant to be experienced. And curiosity will get you there. Let me know how these are going for you. I like hearing feedback on these more than anything else. Alright, see you tomorrow.